From time to time, I meet people who say, I keep having the same dream over and over. They wake up uneasy, wondering what it means, why the same house, the same chase, the same fall returns again. Carl Jung believed that dreams are not random. They're the psyche's way of speaking when the waking mind won't listen. Each image, person, or place is a symbol from the unconscious, trying to lead you back to balance and wholeness. When a dream repeats, it's not to haunt you, it's to heal you. Today, we'll explore 10 insights from Jung's dream analysis to help you understand why the same dreams return and how to uncover the wisdom they're trying to reveal. By the end of this video, you'll have a deeper insight into your emotional states, because awareness is the first step to healing. 1. Dreams as messages from the unconscious. When the mind sends symbols, Jung saw dreams as letters from the unconscious, personal messages written in the language of imagery. While our conscious mind stays busy with everyday survival, the unconscious quietly gathers everything we avoid. Our hidden fears, unspoken desires, and forgotten truths. Dreams become translators of that inner world. They speak not in logic, but in symbols: a house, a storm, a shadow, a child, each carrying emotional weight. When a dream repeats, it's like an unread message being sent again, a gentle insistence from the soul saying, please understand me, I'm trying to show you something you've missed. The key isn't to analyze every detail, but to ask, how did this dream make me feel? Because meaning lives not in the symbols themselves, but in your emotional response to them. 2. The compensatory function. When dreams restore balance. According to Jung, dreams act as nature's way of restoring balance. When the conscious mind leans too far in one direction, the unconscious gently pulls the other way. If you live too much in logic, dreams will bring emotion. If you deny sadness, they will show you grief. If you wear confidence as armor, they may reveal the fear beneath it. The unconscious compensates, it restores what the waking self represses. That's why repeated dreams often appear when something essential is being ignored or forgotten. They come as a kind of inner correction, a quiet reminder that the psyche longs for wholeness, not perfection. So, when a dream unsettles you, pause and ask, what part of me is trying to return? Healing doesn't always mean solving the dream. Sometimes it simply means honoring the truth it's bringing back into awareness. 3. The shadow appears, meeting the hidden self. Many repetitive dreams carry a sense of danger. You're being chased, cornered, or confronted by a dark figure. Jung called this presence the shadow, the hidden part of the psyche that holds everything you've disowned. It carries your anger, jealousy, fear, and pain, but also your raw energy, creativity, and power. When you refuse to see it, it appears in dreams as something to fear or fight. But your dream isn't warning you of evil, it's showing you the pieces of yourself waiting to be reclaimed. The more you run from the shadow, the louder it becomes. The moment you stop, turn around, and listen, it begins to transform. Ask gently, what does this part of me need to be seen, understood, or loved? Every confrontation in a dream isn't a threat to your peace, it's an invitation to wholeness. 4. The symbol of the house. Exploring the self as a structure. Many repetitive dreams take place in a house. Each room represents a layer of your psyche, the basement for the unconscious, the attic for higher thought, locked rooms for hidden memories. When new rooms appear, it symbolizes growth. When old ones reappear, it's reflection. If your dream repeats inside the same house, your psyche may be asking you to revisit unfinished inner work. Walk through those rooms in your mind. Ask, what part of me lives here? Because in Jung's view, exploring the dream house is exploring the architecture of your soul. 5. Dreams of danger or chase. When fear has a message, being chased, hunted, or trapped, it's one of the most universal recurring dreams. You run through dark hallways, tangled forests, or endless streets, heart pounding, never quite sure what's behind you. But what you're fleeing is rarely out there. It's something within, a truth, a memory, an emotion you've pushed away. Your fear isn't the enemy. It's a messenger carrying the parts of you that want to be acknowledged. When the same chase repeats, it means the message hasn't been received. The moment you stop, even just in imagination, and turn to face what's pursuing you, something begins to shift. Often, the pursuer changes form. A monster becomes a child, a threat becomes a teacher. Because courage in dreams isn't just symbolic, it's the beginning of healing in waking life. If you keep falling, perhaps you're being invited to trust the descent. If you keep flying, maybe you're remembering your potential. Repeating imagery means the lesson isn't complete. The soul keeps rehearsing until it feels safe enough to evolve. 6. Water, falling, and flying. Symbols of emotion and release. In dreams, water, falling, and flying are powerful messengers of the soul. Water often represents emotion, the tides of feeling that rise and pull beneath your awareness. When the waves are calm, your emotions are integrated. When they're turbulent, the unconscious is asking to be felt. Falling symbolizes the loss of control, those moments in life when you can't hold on anymore. And flying, it reveals your longing for freedom, the wish to rise above what once confined you. When these symbols appear again and again, your psyche may be struggling between surrender and safety. Jung believed water was the doorway to the unconscious, a mirror reflecting your emotional truth. 7. Dreams as compensation for trauma. Trauma doesn't just live in memory, it lives in the body, in the nervous system, in the spaces we avoid. It fragments the psyche into pieces that once protected us. Dreams become the bridge between those pieces, a sacred meeting place where pain can return in symbols, and the self can begin to remember safely. You may find yourself reliving danger, walking familiar streets, or seeing faces from long ago. This isn't punishment. It's the psyche's way of saying, let's process this, but this time in safety. When a dream repeats, the wound is still seeking integration. It replays until the body and mind can finally accept, it's over, I survived. Jung saw nightmares not as curses, but as healers, unfinished stories the psyche longs to complete. Healing begins when you enter the dream consciously, bringing compassion, breath, and calm, offering the safety your younger self never had. 8. The anima and animus. Balancing inner masculine and feminine. Jung believed that every soul holds both masculine and feminine energies, two halves of one inner whole. The masculine expresses through logic, direction, and action. The feminine moves through intuition, emotion, and receptivity. When these energies fall out of harmony, our dreams begin to mirror that imbalance. Lovers, mentors, or mysterious strangers who appear again and again often symbolize these inner counterparts seeking reunion. The anima, your inner feminine, brings empathy, creativity, and depth of feeling. The animus, your inner masculine, offers courage, structure, and clarity. When they meet in dreams, they're not asking to be controlled or silenced, they're asking to be acknowledged. Healing begins when you allow both to coexist, letting reason and intuition walk side by side. Because wholeness is never about perfection, it's about union. 9. Synchronicity and repetition. When the psyche speaks twice, Jung observed that the unconscious doesn't speak only in dreams, it also speaks through life itself. These moments are called synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that bridge the inner and outer worlds. You might dream of an old friend and the next day their name appears in a message. You might dream of a bird and later see one land outside your window staring right at you. When dream symbols echo through waking life, it isn't random. It's resonance. It's the psyche emphasizing something too important to miss. Synchronicity isn't superstition, it's communication, a dialogue between your conscious life and the unseen wisdom guiding it. When repetition crosses both dream and reality, pause and ask, what is life trying to show me right now? Because repetition is an accident, it's attention. 10. Integrating the message. Listening until the dream lets go. A repetitive dream finally quiets when its message has been received, when awareness turns into understanding. The goal isn't to control your dreams or force them to stop. It's to listen deeply to what they're trying to teach. Write them down. Notice not just the images, but the emotions that linger after waking. Ask yourself, what truth in my life have I been afraid to face? When you begin to listen with compassion, the dream often shifts. The chase ends. The house fills with light. The fear begins to soften. That's the psyche's way of saying, you've heard me. Because a dream doesn't disappear when ignored, it releases when it's understood. The dream ends when awareness becomes healing. Jung once said, the dream is the small hidden door to the deepest and most intimate sanctum of the soul. Your dreams are not random. They are reflections of your becoming. They return again and again, not to torment or confuse you, but to guide you toward the parts of yourself still waiting for light. Each symbol, each scene, each emotion is the psyche's quiet way of saying, come closer, there's more of you to know. So tonight, instead of fearing the dream, welcome it like an old friend bringing messages from your soul. I'm Nori, and my AI twin, Nora, share reflections on healing, awareness, and the inner world. If this message helped you see your dreams differently, please like, share, and subscribe. Because when we begin listening to our dreams, we stop running from our truth and start awakening to it.